Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new. Today I am heading out to the MCC, Manchester Card Convention, being held at Boundary Park in Oldham, which is home to Oldham Athletic Football Club for those of you that didn't know. In today's video I'm taking an empty binder with me. Unfortunately this is the only small binder that I currently have. It's not the best. Been a top loading one on flimsy sheets, and the aim in today's video is to complete the entire set of Jungle. So without further ado, let's head off to Manchester. See you there. So I've arrived at Boundary Park with my binder for the Jungle collection. Let's head inside and see what we can get. First table I headed to was Chibi Collectibles. I'd spoken to Sam the day before and he said he'd bring some cards with him. So I picked up the Electrode, the Kangaskhan Holo and the Eevee, plus a few other commons and uncommons. I then spotted this lovely little Umbreon plush down the far end of the table, and I couldn't resist myself. So I purchased those and moved on. This was a table just round the corner from where Sam was. He didn't have any particular advertising as to who he was. So I was having a flick through the binder, came across some Japanese cards, some modern trainers. Then we got to vintage. We have a page full of fossil, some more fossil, and then we got to jungle. We had the Vaporeon and Jolteon holos, which I didn't pick up at this time. We'll find out later in the video if this was a bad decision or not. The cards were in fairly good condition, to be honest. They weren't mint, but they weren't like heavily played or anything like that. With the exception of this Vileplume, which was slightly damaged. I then decided to start taking a few cards out of the binder. Ended up purchasing quite a few from this guy, to be honest. After a quick discussion, we decided to have the Vileplume very cheap, so with it just being a binder challenge, I wasn't particularly too bothered about the condition of the cards. Next page we have a ton more of the non-holo rares. So I ended up emptying most of this page. What we're pulling out there, we're pulling out the Mr. Mime, Snorlax, Scyther, Victory Bell I think that was. So non-holo rares we're getting through quite quickly. And the last one there was the Wigglytuff. Quick flip through the rest of the binder and there was no more jungle. After that I headed back to the cards to put some of the cards into the binder. Some I'd already put in. We had a few holos. There's the Vileplume that we just purchased. As you can see, there's still quite a few gaps, even with the commons and uncommons, which I thought would be more difficult to find with it being the card show and people normally bring their better cards, but not. I then headed back into the downstairs section and I headed to Showdex's stand. Showdex mainly there selling their binders, but he always brings a binder or two along with his bulk cards that he wants to sell, and I actually got very lucky here. There was the majority of the commons and uncommons that I was still missing, plus some of the non-holo rares. There was actually a few people wanting a couple of the cards that I managed to pick up from here, such as the Flareon and the Vaporeon. So there's my cards just piling up at one side. Starting to see a few duplicates of cards that I'd already picked up. There is the Vaporeon that I needed. So I found a nice quiet spot out of the way to put the cards that I just picked up into the binder. As you can see, it was a pain in the arse with this binder because it's not a side loading binder, and the pockets are on the opposite side to where you want to put the card. I then found this stall, Panko Bros, where they had some cards from various eras in this plastic Tupperware container type thing. Managed to pick up a Butterfree first edition, which I chucked into my binder. Managed to get some more cards from sellers that I'd previously gone to. By this time I'd had enough for the day, so I headed off home. Let's see how I got on. So I'm back home from the Manchester Card Convention. I've moved all the cards from the Jungle set into a Voltex binder. See how we get on. There's 64 cards in total. We will start at the back, where we have first 4 cards. We have the Pikachu, Paras, Oddish. Managed to pick up a first edition Nidoran. I was actually given that for free at a store that I went back to. We have the Meowth, Mankey, Jigglypuff, Goldeen, Execute, one of my favourites, the Eevee, Cubone and Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, Taurus, Rhydon, Rapidash. Another card that I really like is the Persian. We have the Nidorina, Marowak, Lickitung and Gloom. I actually thought that the commons and uncommons were going to be harder to find than the holos, but I actually managed to find every single common and uncommon. Reason being that normally people take the better cards to sell at Joe's, not the so-called bulk. We have a first edition Butterfree. These are the non-holo versions of the rare cards. We have the Wigglytuff, Vileplume, Victory Bell, Venomoth, Vaporeon, Snorlax, Scyther and Pinsir, the Pidgeot, Nidoqueen, Mr. Mime and Kangaskhan. And my actual 2 favourites in this set, we have the Jolteon and Flareon, the Electrode and Clefairy. Moving on to the holos, this is where I actually struggled. There weren't that many, or other people had got to them before I managed to. I think I'd seen a couple and I was going to come back. So we're missing the Wigglytuff and Victory Bell. But we have the Vileplume and Venomoth. This next page is not good reading. We are missing the Vaporeon, Snorlax, Scyther. Managed to get the Pinsir. The worst ever condition Pidgeot that you've ever seen. Nidoqueen and Mr. Mime missing. We managed to pick up the Kangaskhan. Missing the Jolteon, but we got the Flareon. And we are missing the Clefable and Electrode. So out of the 64 cards in the set, we are missing a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. So we got 54 out of 64. Not too bad. I also picked up a couple of extra bits for my own personal collection. Sorry, Espeon, you're going to have to move to one side for a moment. Wait for your friends in crime. The Umbreon. Thank you very much, Sam Chibi, for everything that's coming up actually. Next up we have the reverse holo Umbreon from Plasma Freeze. So my ultimate goal is to have one of every single Umbreon card graded. We then have the holo version of the same card. And last but by no means least, from Sun and Moon, we have the Rainbow Rare Umbreon GX. And we will finish the video with one pack of Crown Zenith. I've taken to open. I opened a couple on my live and just gave a couple away. This was the last one that was left. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have Fire Energy, Solrock, Great Ball, Lost Vacuum, Corphish, Aron, Potion, Seal, Oddish. We have the Hisuian Goodra, followed by the Mewtwo Holo. No point showing those on screen when we have much better in front of us. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.